Chair, I'd like to first commend the Social Democrats on this very important issue. And Minister, I think you were actually at the briefing by the Irish Dental Council and the Irish Dental Association at the Health Committee a number of weeks ago. And you know, the picture that they portrayed was very stark in terms of oral health care in Ireland. And the reality is that 80% of oral dental health care is privatised. Now, that was not the case 30 years ago. In fact, it was probably the opposite. And we've seen this in other parts of our healthcare system. And we have a kind of very arbitrary system of routine checks in terms of primary schools. There was one stage, as I said, maybe 30, 40 years ago, where school children probably got up to 2 to 3, if not more, checks when they left primary school. Now, they'd be lucky to get 1. Now, obviously, you can see the kind of knock-on effect that could have in terms of oral health. And when a child is not getting any sort of intervention in their primary years, then that will have an effect on their adult years in terms of oral health. And even the Dental Association has said that the medical card scheme is not fit for purpose. It's in a state of disarray, where people, and it's generally, you know, and we see this through kind of the industrialised countries, where oral health care, if you're poor and you're working class, your oral health will be less than somebody that has access to more kind of resources and so forth. And I know the Dental Council also said about the legislation from 1985, and they said it's antiquated, it needs to be reformed. They've met 5 consecutive health ministers to state that the legislation that was written 40 years ago is out of date, and it needs to be completely reformed in terms of reforming dental health care, but also the kind of legislation around the guidance and regulation. Because they did pay another stark picture around the regulatory of dentists in Ireland, where some dentists shouldn't actually be practicing in terms of what they're doing because of the lack of regulation. So this is extremely important that legislation from 1985 is reformed and is fit for purpose in terms of not only the people that look for dental health care, but for society as a whole.